Good morning, guys. How's everybody doing? Somebody give me a sound check. Let me know if you hear me okay. No, it's not the share. I want to share this screen. Share. Good morning, everybody. Sees the screen. I'll be right with you guys. Just 1 second. I just want to check something out. Just bear with me a second, guys. Okay. All right. Sorry. Just all sorts of old code that. Let me close this up. Let's go to the charts. Okay. All right. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Let me see who's in the room here. Oh, it's early. Nobody's in the room yet. What's going on here? Oh, because it's early. It's 9:57. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let's give it a few more seconds for us to hang out here. In the meantime, just bear with me a second. I'm here, but I'm gonna be quiet for a couple minutes because I gotta go configure my other screen because just testing everything else in the background here. Just bear with me. Oh, because this was, how was this? That's true. False. Huh. I'll be right there, guys. Just fixing a few things here. False. Okay. All right, cool. All right, we'll leave this as is. All right, let me see who's in the room. All right, people are trickling in. Okay, let me just post for everybody to get in the room. Oops. Okay, let's see if we're still getting people trickled in. All right, people coming in. Okay, all right. Good morning, guys. Everybody doing well? I had a really interesting night of trade. I'm happy to share with you. Making fresh lows right now on all the indices because obviously selling off really hard. Should take the if the German closes here 21 seconds, closes below the reference point, that's actually a legitimate sell structure for us. So let's watch this, for a second before I get into everything else. If that's a trade, we might be able to take this trade. Nope, not a trade. Okay, so it reversed. They tested the lows, kind of reversed. Did a little bit of a reverse move here, so fine. I don't have, I'm trying to see if I have the inputs on this. Oh, I don't have this. So first order of business, guys, I still don't have the scalping tool from Doug the final version that has signal strength, which is a very, very, very important variable to making sure that the reversal trades really work well, until tomorrow morning, because we just, welcome to the world. Oh, okay, hang on. Let's watch this. We have possibly a break, maybe a break of the, nope, they're really, really testing it and not breaking it. So I'm just watching the DAX here, because I need to see the low over here break to the downside if I want to initiate a short. And so far, all probes, but no closes below the low of this reference point. So not a trade. I'm getting close. 28. So I'm just going to watch the charts for a little bit here for a second with you guys, as everybody trails in. We only have one legitimate setup, which is this this sell in the DAX. If we can close below the what's the low here? 30. So far, no, we're not closing below the 30. If we don't close below the 30 here with the 4 or 5 seconds, I'm actually going to get long this NAS. Going to get long this NAS just for fun. This is really not anything more than just a strong reverse trade signal, possibly off of a little bit of a bottoming formation here. But again, bullshit. Again, I should not be playing this. Ooh, this actually now is actually now starting to really confirm the break. So let's get serious about this. Oh, it's a really, really big break here. So let's just so it took out the 30s, really taking the sells to the downside. Let's see if this holds. Let's have to really wait. Very big move. So volatility filter definitely. The only way to do this is manually, because the volatility filter would definitely kick us out on a trade. But I'm actually taking on both of them, and this one too. Should have taken it more on both. Let's see if this works. So big vol. So this could be one of those kind of things where you could be right, wrong, in the sense that the volatility could stop you out. But I'm just trying to think that the momentum here to the downside with fresh lows should hopefully take us down to fresh lows. And this is where's my, oh, I can't even see my DAX. Okay, you know what? Oh, Jesus, God, man, what's going on with the DAX here? Okay, I'm closing this because I hate the DAX spreads. Anyways, NAS got done quickly for 5. DAX got done for about 2 or 3 on a legitimate break to the downside, fresh lows. That's a much more legitimate trade than just putzing around on the reversals. Now we really got nothing going on. And what I want to do is, as I said, my apologies that I don't have the scalp tool ready for everybody, but I will have the scalp tool by Asia session tonight for everybody, because it's finalized. It's really working super well, both for futures and for CFDs as well. But what I want to do is just go through the three setups very slowly. So everybody down for that? And then we'll, if we catch any more trades, we'll do them. But I want to go through these 3 setups very methodically and slowly. Then I want to show you how I traded one side of those setups, because it's the only account that I have available, over last night, just to give you an idea of what happens when you methodically trade the setup properly. So let's go to the chart, because I'm going to use TradingView chart. That was my TradingView. Okay. All right. So the first and foremost, the bread and butter setup is this. You have a reversal, so you have trend. Then you have the first and the only reversal signal that matters show up. Then you have on the long side, a break of the highs of the reversal signal, break of the highs on a closing basis. This candle breaks the highs on a closing basis, you go long, okay? Everybody with me? That's the bread and butter trade. I'm long right here. Let me just do this right over here. With a 10 target, 20 stop. This trade gets stopped out because this trade is taken literally 5 minutes before the market opens. So you're vulnerable to volatility. It's, the algo took it, but you're always going to be very, very vulnerable to step out. It doesn't mean it was a bad trade. It was an absolutely legitimate trade. It was just too much volatility in front of the open. Then we have next trade to the downside. Buy reversal signal over here. This candle over here breaks the lows, right? And we're short this candle over here. And again, very, very high volatility. I think you survive this. Yeah, you do survive this because this goes about 18, 19 against you, but you make take profit here on this big wick. So it's super, super volatile trade. Here we're finally breaking, to fresh lows on a kind of a variant of this thing on a second break. But remember that the bread and butter trend trade is break of the highs, break of the lows on the first signal through trend. And remember also that if you're trading this on a 24-hour cycle, you will have between 15 to 20 trend segments. A trend segment occurs every time you have a moving average crossover in one direction or the other. So this is a trend segment, this is a trend segment, this is a trend segment. Sometimes the trend segment is not going to trigger. Like in this case, it just never goes through the highs. Sometimes there won't be a reversal. Sometimes it will trigger like this. This actually triggers. It actually goes a little, the trend segment changes, but it doesn't matter. You're in the trade, and then it makes money to the end. So I just want to make sure everybody in the room, and give me a yes on this, fully and clearly understands the breakout trend high-low variant of the setup, which is in this EA, okay, in this particular EA. So let me just do one thing here. Let me go to blah, 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 blah. Let's do another NDX chart, and let's lay this down. Sorry, you know what, guys? I forgot to give you. You guys probably don't have. I don't know if you have the indicator. Before I do any of this stuff, hold on. I need to go in the indicators, and I need to upload this for you guys. Where's the reversal indicator? Oh man, the frick is the reversal indicator for MT4? You guys, you need the indicator in order for this to work. I guess I'm gonna have to do this. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do this after the session. I thought I had this in here. How come I don't have this? File. Oh, I know I have it in the other one. Hang on a second. I have it on my other computer. So let me just see if I can. Let me just see something. I'll be right there right with you guys. Just bear with me. MQL indicators. Let me see. Parabolic, sine. No, not in this one. So then it must be in this one. Just bear with me a sec, guys. I'm gonna upload this for you. This way you'll have the actual indicator which you need to put in. Data folder. I'm just looking for an indicator that I need to give you guys. That's why there's a little bit of silence. Just bear with me. Reversal trader pure. Okay, got it. Got it. Now we're going to go to Dropbox. BK Tools proprietary. Reversal trader pure. The indicator is just called reversal trader pure. Okay. All right, I put that into the box now, so you guys are all set. Okay. So you need to put the indicator into the indicators, the EA in there, and then once you do that, we can go into the inputs. And obviously, I set this up with a 20-point stop, 100-point target. This is just, for you guys to work out. There's a trailing stop feature here that kicks in at 70 pips. The max trigger candle size, that's the volatility filter, is 180% of the stop. MACD strength could be set to true or false, up to you. And I actually like to set it to false, but it's up to you. And everything else is pretty much to spec, right? So that's the it's the old indicators. It is the old indicator, but just use the version that I just uploaded, because that one, I know that one for sure is going to work for you. Okay. So that's that on the high low. So let's go look now. Let's minimize this. Let's go look on the second setup that I do, which I call the buy sell reversal. And that one basically looks to trade the exact opposite of the trend trade. And actually, when the trend trade fails, that one works really, really well. Now, because I'm in the US, I have to do this in two separate accounts, because you're literally going to be very often on the opposite side of the market. If you're non-US, you can be on opposite side of the market. Occasionally, you can get super lucky and actually make money on both, which I've done on a few of these. Sometimes, most likely, you're going to have three possibilities. Now, you will never have a possibility where you lose money on both, because implicitly, if one triggers and the other triggers, one of them is going to make money, because they're on opposite sides of the market. So the worst that happens to you is a 1-1 offset. One loses, one wins. Depending which one wins, which one loses, your loss is smaller or larger. Your loss goes from either -10 or -15 on the points. If one loses, one wins. If both win, then you're +15. Okay, so -10, -15, +15. And if one wins, then you have either a +10 or +5. So that's kind of like how the matrix of probabilities breaks down on the way. And the reason why is because what you're doing on the buy sell reversal is you are looking effectively for, you have a sell signal. You're actually taking the sell signal as a legitimate sell signal. The sell reversal, you're looking to sell in trend, and then you're looking for the buy sell combo. So here's the sell signal, buy sell combo. You short over here, boom, you make 5 points. You're trading this only with a 5-10, 5-10, 5-10 structure, right? 5-10, 5-10. Sell signal, buy sell signal, boom, you made money. Even in this one, I think could have worked, because you have a buy signal. Now you're looking for a sell buy structure. So you have a sell buy, you get long over here, right, at 19, and then it goes all the way up here to 34. So you certainly made money, because you're only looking for 5 points before it crashes. So sometimes you can be lucky even on what looks like a bad trade, just because you're really looking for a very, very small payoff. It's very important to make sure that you only go for small amounts of money, and you only risk 10 points, right? So that's the buy sell reversal. That one is set up for you on the buy sell EA. So I'm just simply going to set this up. If you go in here, there's default settings. All these default settings can be changed. The trading mode, by the way, so you can see in this EA, the trading mode gives you high low, buy sell counter trend, that's the one where you're in an uptrend, and the sell signal, the reverse sell signal comes in. That's the one you want to choose. And then the buy sell trend signal, which I'm going to ignore for now, because we're really not using that strategy for now. So it gives you fixed pips, it gives you dynamic stops. You can do dynamic stops. It has all sorts of bells and whistles that you can play around with. I'm not going to go through all the details. I'll let you guys play around in a demo when you have questions off a demo, feel free to ask me, but just explore it. And obviously has a trailing stop also in here. So this is a turn trade setup. So you run both a turn trade and a trend trade setups with the two algos, okay? So let me just kind of stop here and make sure everybody's clear. Is everybody clear of what I'm saying? On what I'm saying? Let's also take a look at the market, see if anything is setting up here. You know what I want to do? I'm going to sell the German here. In a sell, I'm going to go to sell mode on the German here. And if it hangs, it'll be fine. Dow does not. I'm a little bit late. Well, no. I got nothing on the Dow here. The reason I'm selling on the German is because it's not a classic setup of ours, but if I get a sell signal failure at the 26 EMA, that's generally a good place for the retrace to end, if it doesn't. But it's gotta look good. So in my new applet, which you guys will have tomorrow, I can actually codify that it's got to be 65% strength, which has got to be somewhere around here. It actually, yeah, it looks okay. It looks halfway decent. Let's just see. Now I'm actually curious. Now I'm gonna trade this for the 5 on the DAX. Let's see if the spreads and everything else. The spreads are just horrendous here to try to trade this for a 5. But it went like 4 my way and then just killed me on the spreads. But let's just be patient and see if this this comes in. Okay, good. So the reason why I wanted to be thorough with this is because this is a variant of an incredibly successful setup that I've been trading, scalp setup that I've been trading, that kind of combines the best of both worlds: the trend composition of the high-low setup and the very, very opportunistic, very I don't know how to say this. Very high probability entry of the buy sell structure, right? And in order for me to explain this to you very, very thoroughly, I'm going to do this on TradingView because you can see that much easier. Then I'll share with you the excuse me. I'll share with you the some of the trades that I did on this thing. So the first order of business is you cannot even move or blink until you have a new trend segment. So you got to have a clean, clear, maybe 1 or 2 candle delineation of new trend. So in this case, you see we have fresh trend showing up over here, right? Once we have fresh trend, we then set the applet into buy sell mode, right? And in this particular structure, we can certainly set it over here. So buy sell mode would put us into a buy mode. We obviously have an uptrend, so we're trying to do a buy mode on this candle over here, which comes in at 68, right? And I don't know what that is. Yeah, that actually works more than enough. So I'm long over here at 68. And I traded very conservatively with a 410, but you really can trade it with a 510. The most important thing is 10 is a hardcore stop. If it slips against you by more than 10 points, you are just wrong. There is just not enough value in that trade, and you're just wrong. But if you want to take quick 5 points in the direction of the nascent of the budding trend, you got it right here, right here. That's the trade. It takes you take it to the long side right over here. Now I'm going to give you the same kind of idea over here. And this is obviously in the midst of an incredibly volatile market open. So volatility explodes, so on and so forth. Doesn't matter. You still stay to your 10-point target, because if volatility goes both ways, if you're correct, you should make the 5 points, before it retraces. This is a scalp. You're not looking to prove yourself, to prove your thesis right. You're just looking for the setup to be correct. So in this particular case, now you're looking in the sell mode because you're in the sell market. So you're looking for buy-sell combo, which means that you're going to be selling over here, right? Now notice this candle, what you can see from this candle, that it tested the lows, came back through the highs. That's how you get a green candle with a big wick. So you know it went down first. So you get short over here at 13. You're looking only for 8 to be a target, and it goes all the way down to 5. So boom, you're in. Quick 5 points. You're done. So there are a couple of, and it's really, I think it's, let me see. No, actually, I think I can show you this way. Yeah, I think I can show you this way. Okay, let me bring this over. So you can see this because in the data window, you can really see, everybody sees my AMP futures. You guys seeing the AMP futures? Because there's some very, very interesting nuances that are super important that you want to do in this particular setup. You guys with me? Okay. So, and I don't think this would have been a trade. Yeah, let me see. What was the candle strength on this? Yeah, this actually wouldn't have been a trade. I gave you this as an example, but I would not have traded this because what I look for, and this will be available on the applet, and it's already available on the what do you call it, on the algo, but we don't have that particular entry structure is not available on the algo yet. We're working on that as our next. It's going to be called the moving average entry structure, and it's going to be one of the drop down menus that we'll have next. But the single most important thing in order to make this setup as high probability as possible is that the buy candle or the sell candle, whichever one you're doing. Oh no, I take it back. I'm sorry. This would have been possible because we would have been selling this candle on this candle, right? This is sell mode, so has to be 65% or stronger. So this particular candle over here, what we're looking for is we're in a downtrend. We need a buy-sell combo. The sell component of the combo, the selling trigger candle, has to be 65% or better on strength. This candle is actually 94%. If you look at I'm just on the wrong window here. If you look over here, you look at the candle strength right over here, the candle strength line over here, you will see that it's 94%, well in excess of what we need, which means it would have been a great entry, which it was, would have been, and took the trade. So you really need two very clean components. It's got to be in trend unequivocally. So like right now, you're not going to be taking trades. If this thing becomes trend, then we're going to start looking for that particular trend-based setup. And then the second thing is it's got to be 65% or stronger. Otherwise, there's no trade because what you're effectively trading that initial burst of momentum, and you need to measure it by looking at the price, aspect of it. But anyways, between this was the reverse. This account just traded that little reverse, traded that little reverse, and mainly manually trend trades from the European session. And you can just see, a couple of mistakes, but I literally had, I think this is my synchronization from the broker. So European session starts here. You can just see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm fucking up over here because I'm not letting the whole thing go to target. 17, 18, 19. Okay. So, this is my own personal weakness. I'm not trusting the setup properly. But, let's degrade that by half. There was 19 trades, should have been maybe about 10 trades. But you can see the incredibly deadly accuracy of this thing as long as you follow the rules. So, I kind of just wanted to, hang on a second. Oh, sorry, I took the wrong one. Never mind, sorry. Let me go back. Here's my trading view to you guys. Here is the CFD. CFD showing us nothing. We do have just the beginning of a possible idea in the German, right? Well, so the German has to have probably 2 or 3 green candles to establish a positive trend, and then we can do a buy sell on the German. Just like the Dow, the Nas, all bottoming out right now, maybe making that interesting turn, turn to the market, right? But it's super important. The single most important thing besides trend is the composition of the candle. It's got to be 65% or better, So I'm just setting this up. So everybody understand that third setup. You see the candle strength on this on the CFDs in. Oh, it's actually a good question. Huh. You know what? It's got to be in a in the new indicator. I gotta ask Daniel, because maybe the CFD indicator does not have candle strength. Well, it should. It should. I'll look at it in just 1 second. Because I don't have. I'm gonna download the indicator and look at it with you. Just 1 second. Sorry, I'm just fucking around with my own account. Banking it. I cheated. I took this trade on my futures, and that was a positive trade. It's not really a legitimate trade, but I will trade this variant for myself a little bit, which is, when we have a the most important thing is you got to have a very strong buy candle at 65% or better strength off of a turn, then you have some confidence that the thing works. So what do you mean? What do you mean by results? I gave you the setup. There are no results, okay? Because I'm not trading it on CFDs, and I don't have any results because I'm constantly tweaking all of the variants. So, what I've shown you right now is all of my manual stuff that we're codifying, because the idea here is to distill it to a finite set of rules. I'm very, very happy with the high-low distillation. That actually seems to be working really well, and that's working. I don't have that. That's on my futures. It's on my other account, so I can't show it to you. But the other components are just brand new. They're all creative ideas out of all the work that we've been doing on the scalping side that we're trying to codify into the EA. Right? The EA gives you all the tools to run it in any way you want to configure it, in any way that you want to configure it. But it's up to you to do this. Hang on, let me see if I. This is 5. Sorry, I just want to. Okay, he did the trading stop. Let's lay this down for a second. Let me just see if. Oh, I need to get the. Spare with me a second, guys. I need to get the indicator into this particular. So let's go into the Dropbox. All right. Okay, we're actually setting up. It's very, very hard for me to live trade and teach, guys, because I have to watch the chart. So you're gonna have to just bear with me today and do the best we can. So this is going up. We're gonna go into the buy mode here. I'm going to the buy mode here because this, and again, I have to do this manually right now because I don't have I don't have the tools, but hopefully it's gonna work, and it does work. There we go. So that's, this is the trend setup buy mode, right? What do we have? We had the trend. This was definitely 65% strong to the upside, meaning it was at very worst 35% to the highs. I just had to manually watch this, and then you just go with a 5 scalp, boom, super easy. Okay, everybody got that? The EA definitely knows how to set up the first. Let me make sure that you guys understand how the EA understands it. Only take the first signal in the slice. So, but just bear with me a second. Good job, Connie. Bear with me a second. Okay, so I'm gonna not trade anymore for the rest of the day because I just want to go through all the mechanics of the EA, and then again, my apologies. I don't have the applet, but tomorrow you'll have the applet, but you'll really know exactly all the rules of the applet because I just want to focus on the mechanics of this stuff right now. I mean, I can, we can live trade 100 winners in a row doing this. You guys get the idea. The whole idea is to show you. You guys then go on and do it. I show you, you go on and do it, right? I mean, you want to play the German. We can just play one more thing on the German here in the buy mode, right? Because the German, and I'm not watching this, so this has to, like, the problem is the MT5 applet that I have will automatically reject anything that's not 65% to the buy side or to the sell side, and won't do the trade. So now I have to actually watch this thing. Let me see if this works. See if the German doesn't have any greens. It's not okay. I'm going to cancel this because the German it's not a strong enough trade that I really want to trade. But if I had the applet, I could have trusted the applet. The applet would have actually probably kept me in the trade, and this I think is good for 5 points. So trying to do the best I can, because the whole idea here is to automate as much of the rules as possible. Once the rules are automated, it becomes inordinately easier to not. And by the way, you see how this worked? This totally worked. And the reason I spooked myself out of it was because I was trying to manually gauge whether it's going to be strong or not. And if it's not, I wanted to make sure not to take the trade. Had I left it alone to the algo that I had, it would have perfectly been okay. So again, all right, enough trading, because I'm just, we can all go crazy on that. Let's go over here. Let me install this or install this. Okay, this should be the correct one. So let's just see. File, open data folder. QL. Sorry, I might as well show you what I'm doing so you guys can know. So I am, where's this thing? Okay, I am installing this one from the from the Dropbox. Refresh. Reversal Trader Pure. Okay, awesome. So let's take a look. Let's lay down the unknown caller. Sorry guys, hang on a second. Let's lay down, it doesn't matter, we can just do high-low. No, I want to do it on this one. Let's do this one, high-low. Okay, say okay, let me just go full screen and let's go to the data window. Oh, and then I'm gonna lay down the indicator. Sorry, let me lay down the indicator. Reversal Trader Pure. Say, and let's put inputs over here as I like my things black, not red. It's up to you. Okay, say okay. Oh, and it doesn't do Let me see. Yes. So Boris, look at me. Do you see when I put my thing over here, it tells me candle strength over here? See the candle strength? See the candle strength, right? So this is the correct indicator. This contains candle strength, which is the single most important variable we need to be aware of, right? And obviously, when we have the EA, it's going to be programmable to to the candle strength, value. We can. Where's the candle strength here? This is the volatility filter. Where's the candle strength? Oh, candle strength. Candle strength as percent, right? And I would set this up as 65. Okay, that's your minimum for buy sell entry. Okay, everybody sees this? Okay, so Karen, how does the EA know how many signals per slice per cycle to take? It has a mini maxi count. So minimum one, maximum one means it's only one, right? Starts at one, ends at one. So this is the start cycle, end cycle. If you go 1, 2, it will start at 1, end at 2, meaning it will take a second. If there's a second arrow, it will consider that as a potential signal. If you start at 2, end at 4, it will start at the second arrow in the trend cycle and stop at the 4th arrow, right? So that's how it does it. It totally, everything in this EA is 100% user customizable, precisely so that you guys can all play around with it, including trading time, right? I trade this 24 hours a day. You can enable it to trade 10 hours a day, whatever you want. There's 100 different million ways you can do this. I'm letting you guys play around with this, okay? So this is only for people in the chat room who are scalping with me. It's not available to anybody else, and please don't make it available to anybody else. And does trading time definitely work? It's been iffy. It did, as long as you are in sync with the market watch. Use your market watch. Okay, it's got to be. So if you want it to stop at 1800, but if you want it to stop in 25 minutes, you need to put 1800 on it. Okay, if I'm talking about me, whatever your market watch is, what's your market watch saying right now? We don't have two stops. I'm sorry, Krasi, not yet. We just a million other things. So if you want to trail it, you got to do a single stop. Or or you can just do double the size and then have a small exit, like a variable. Okay. Those are all like nice bells and whistles that are coming. But anyways, you guys get the idea, right? You get the idea. You have all these parameters. The MACD strength filter, just so everybody understands, that's basically how wide the moving averages are. It's just saying, is there? I like to keep it false because when I'm looking, I really this used to be important if I wanted to just have a strong trend in place already. But I'm not trading. I used to trade trend in place continuation. Now I'm just trading trend beginning. All of my setups are beginning of trend. I want to catch it. Everything else after that, I forget. I literally go into amnesia, right? So if we want to look at this on TradingView, I am participating in all of my trades at the point of the trend beginning, right? Like the only thing that's left for me right now is for a reference point to come in. Once there's a reference point and we have some kind of a resolution of a trend trade on this reference point, there could be 500 points of additional trend. I don't care. That's not what I'm trading. I am trading the trend slice continuation setups, which means every trend slice has a potential for some continue. I'm trying to capture the first 10 points, the first 5 points of the trend slice. And there's 20 trend slices a day. That's what I'm doing because I can't do both. Now, if you probably could configure the EA eventually when we have like a 2-exit structure to capture the first 5 points of a trend and then the next 500 if there's a huge move going on. Sorry, I'm just looking at something. That's a completely different proposition than what I'm doing. Okay, is that clear to everybody? If this makes it imminently more definable what our goal is, what our trading plan is here. We're capturing the first 5 or 10 highest probability points in the trend slice. We anticipate having between 15 and 20 trend slices during a 24-hour cycle. And depending on how we want to trade it, whether we want to trade all of them, just some of them, or ignore, only trade 3 or 4 hours of trend slices, that's what we're doing. But that's what we do. Once you kind of realize what we do, you don't get frustrated. You also don't get, you also have a very, very clear mission of what you're doing. You're picking up boop, 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 boop. You're picking up 5, 10 points all the time, 20 times a day, which is, amazing if you can do it. Can this be a much, much bigger, much longer, much larger profit possibility? Absolutely. That's just not what we do, because we need, in order to, before I can get big and long, I got to be good and short. We are scalping. That's what we do. Is that really clear? Is that clear to everybody? It took me a long time to clearly define what this thing is trying to do. And once you understand what the thing is trying to do, you absolutely do not. First of all, you stop being impulsive, because you become a lot more methodical, and and then secondly, you also understand that no, you don't average down. No, you don't hold for the next 50 points to the downside, hoping there's a turn. No, you don't violate your rules, because it's idiotic. You're not trading for the long run. If your scalp did not work, there's about 20 more scalps ahead of it that you're doing. Yeah, I love it too, Connie. It's tailor-made for people with ADD. It's tailor-made for people who have very little tolerance for staying in the market for a long time. Now, I'll tell you one thing that is, people will laugh, but I love the algo component of it, because I don't even have the time. I don't even have the patience to hold for more than 5 minutes. And the algo will hold the trade to full 10 points profit for 20, 30 minutes without me even looking. And that is a really, really cool thing. Is that Karen? Are you saying that that's me? Everybody always says that all groups attract the personalities that fit what the content is providing. So, like, I absolutely convinced that everybody who live trades with me is a scalper at heart. Everybody who trades with Kathy is a swing trader at heart. And that's why, like, sometimes when we get people from Kathy's world coming into our world, and they're like, "What are you doing? Why can't I do this on the daily chart?" Like, they completely don't understand the kind of mentality that yeah, and you can, and it's I think it's amazing if you're flexible enough. But I always really find it funny that when sometimes people will drop in and they're like, "What the fuck are you guys doing? I can't do 1 minute trades." When in fact I can't do 100-minute trades, but it's, it all depends. Yep, exactly. Anyways, so hope you guys are really clear. I promise you, barring any problems, I should have the full version, 4s and 5s, that have the candle, the really sort of like the single most important recipe component, which is the candle strength component, which I don't exclude the algo. No, I let it trade all the time. But remember, Krasi, what I'm doing is I am gathering data, right? Like, I've run this up like 20% up and 20% down all the time, and I'm gathering data because I'm not looking to, I'm looking to learn the best way, the most interesting way, the least risky way that I can employ these techniques, right? In order to do that, I gotta stand in front of a lot of risk. Like I gotta lose money in order to make money sometimes. And the cool thing with this thing is it's been amazing for the last couple of weeks is every time I lose, I recover it. Like I have not had a net loss on any of this stuff in 2.5 weeks, which is already a sign of a very robust system, right? So my whole point is I don't know, and I don't want to presume what works best on the exclusionary factors. So until I have literally 200-300 trades. I mean, like not like 20 or 30, but 200-400 trades. I want to see every way this thing can screw me before I decide how I want it to run and not run. I mean, today it screwed me on the market open, right? It took this trade. It literally was actually the thing that was no, this one just stopped out flat, just on a vol. It was a vol stop, right? And the question is, well, 3 out of 5 days it may actually go to profit. Is it or 4 out of 5 days it may actually go to profit? Is it what do you weigh more? The one time you get a vol move to the downside, or most of the time that it's going to push you to the right side. That's why I'm suspending judgment. I used to have a lot of judgment about all of these things, about how they should be working. Now I'm learning about how they really are working, because I know the core concept works inordinately well, right? So I don't exclude. So I let the algo run 24 hours a day. Does that make sense? Because I'm learning all of its personality quirks. Yeah. So that's basically what I'm doing. Anyways, so the applets will be ready tomorrow, and then we just still having some execution issues on the fives and on the 5 algos, and if because of the exchange-based issues, and if we can fix that, then the very next thing we're going to do, which is really easy because we have all the other logic components already in the algo, is to do the moving average trigger. So the algo itself can trade the trend setup that I showed you if you want the algo to trade it for you, and then and that'll be the final component. Okay. So tomorrow we don't have Zoom because we have live trading on the NFPs. We may even employ some of the scalp techniques for that, and we'll just go over all the tools, and then we should be pretty set. We're getting closer and closer to what I call gold status, where we're gonna freeze development and then just be able to trade. But I think Connie, Karen, Cheryl are all really in the zone on that 5-point scalp structure. And with that tool that I'm going to give you, it's going to make it super easy to make sure that only the best possible setups will be taken by the applet. So if you want to do it manually. So I'm very excited about that. Anyways, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. We've had, as usual, big yank jump to the upside, big yank jump to the downside. And now we churn. And yes, this is beautiful. I wish I could capture this, but I don't have I don't have any technique to capture this. So therefore, I'm not going to cry about the fact that I can't capture this. What I do have is a great technique to capture this, great technique to capture this, great technique to capture this. And if I can capture that 20 times a day, I have a great technique, period. Does that make sense to everybody? Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, guys. You've been the best. I'll upload it as I can. All right. Everybody have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the live trading tomorrow.